As a result of the Ocean Awareness Challenge held in Emerald Bay on Catalina Island in September, we have decided to do some outreaching to schools in Laguna Beach. So today I got to go to Terrell Campbell's fifth grade class to share a little bit about ocean awareness and how they too can be advocates to help save and protect the ocean, and to share with them a little bit about some of the critical issues the ocean is facing. This video, called Blue Heart Ocean Soul, was produced by Annie Crawley. She had heard Dr. Sylvia Earle's TED Talk in 2009 and heard that her wish was for all of us to do what we can do to protect our ocean. So she produced this beautiful video which shares with all of us some of the most beautiful images of the animals we see when we go snorkeling underwater. Okay, I'll take one question. That's a really good question. There are good ways to fish, and fishing with a reel and a hook is a good way to catch fish. But fishing with some of these nets and killing all the other fish in the process, that is very wasteful. So I'll answer one question on each problem, okay? So the next problem says millions of sharks are being slaughtered every day and just for their fin. So people all over the world are killing sharks. They're cutting off the top of the fin and they're leaving the sharks to die. And we have depleted maybe 50 to 60% of the sharks in our ocean, and they're a very, very important part of the ecosystem of the ocean. Without our sharks, the ocean can't survive. So the good news is we're creating awareness about this problem and about the practice. And I love this saying. It says, when the buying stops, so does the killing. So if you don't buy shark fin soup, they won't kill sharks. So should we be buying shark fin soup? No. No, no, no. And if we don't buy it, they won't kill it. Another problem which your teacher told me about. We discussed the problems and the efforts that are being made to help heal the ocean. Some of the topics we talked about were overfishing and what sustainable fishing practices are, the slaughtering of sharks and what's being done about it, acidification and what causes it, the dying of the coral reefs and the importance of MPAs, the depletion of oxygen in the ocean called dead zones, and mercury pollution and what causes that. We talked about plastics and marine debris, a little bit about geoengineering, bycatch, and how lucky we are to have MPAs right off our coastline here in beautiful Laguna Beach. And so the good news is we know that this is a big problem and we know what to do about it. Okay, raise your hand if you know what we can do to stop this acidification problem. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so we have to lower our carbon footprint.
Maybe stop digging for oil certain oil factories, I guess.
Mrs. Campbell's class decided to start an ocean awareness club, and once a month they go to the Laguna Beach or different beaches along the coastline here and they do an ocean cleanup. So I got to participate this just the Saturday after being in their classroom and help pick up trash on the beach. Good morning. This is Mrs. Campbell. She teaches, Mrs. Terrell Campbell. She teaches fifth grade at Top of the World. And she attended the Ocean Awareness Challenge in Emerald Bay on Catalina in September and was challenged to do something about creating awareness about the condition of our ocean. And I just want to ask you a few questions, Carol. I hear you shared your event with your class. How did that impact them?
Well, they were very excited. Susie, I'm not a good...
Yeah, I can edit this. How did the experience transfer over to,
Well, it
creating awareness
inspired
in the country?
me and my family, and I came back and shared that with my students, and they've taken off with it. We've been learning about ocean acidification, plastics. They're especially focused on the plastics and the problem related to that. And just the first day I shared with them, one little boy said he wanted to start a beach cleanup. So we came out in September. We're making it a monthly thing, so we're meeting again today. And I'm letting the students kind of lead me into how we can spread the awareness. They've talked about making flyers.
Please, how did you like the beach cleanup today? And can you tell me a little bit about the things you found?
Well, it was great, except for one part where the trash got washed away by a pretty big set.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
What kinds of things did you find out there?
So we found a bunch of plastic and just plastic wrappers all over. And the thing that we found the most of was styrofoam. Completely styrofoam.
Styrofoam.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of cigarette butts, a lot of straws and bottle caps.
Plastic and styrofoam.
Well, what's next on our agenda? What do we do next to help create ocean work? Did you notice people watching you pick up trash?
Yeah.
It kind of sends a message, doesn't it? That, hey, I'm a kid and I care about my environment.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you're going to do something about it, but I'm going to start taking action and do something about it. So
The
you
thing
said,
that I really want to do next is that I've asked my dad to try and get me on a TED Talk.
oh,
to
what would you talk
ocean
about?
awareness.
Wow. Well, if you had 1 minute, what would you say?
Well, I would say that the ocean is starting to, well, not even starting, it's just polluted. And we can all help by just doing simple, tiny things to just pick it up.
What are some of the biggest problems with the ocean?
Well, some of the biggest problems are oil spills, carbon dioxide getting into the ocean, and microbeads.
Microbeads, yeah, and plastics, pollution, yeah.
And the
What about
fish?
fish? Yeah. What
Yeah.
about the fishing? What do you know about the?
Oh, the fish could just eat the plastic that goes around in the current, and they could die from it.
That's right. And the birds feed their babies that plastic too. Do you know much about the policies out there when it comes to fishing, commercial fishing? And
Yes,
What
I
do you-
do know a bit.
what do you think about that?
Well, they should just do it with a rod and line, because if they do it, like if they keep on going with bycatching,
Yep.
then
And what is bycatch?
kill fish. Like for every 10 pounds of fish that the fishermen want, they get a whole bunch of other fish, and it kills them.
Oh,
So
that's
for every
terrible.
10 pounds of fish, they kill 100.
Wow. Do you know anything about bottom trawling? Have you heard about bottom trawling?
I have not heard about that.
Where they drag the bottom of the ocean floor with these
Oh,